Hello everyone, Pelites here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Today was a pretty big day for Heroes. Alterac Valley is being added as the first Warcraft battleground inside of Heroes of the Storm. Or it's called Alterac something. It's not Valley, it's something else. We also have a new hero, a Ret Paladin. Oh! No, I actually don't know anything about how... I forgot how to say her name already. Yrel? Yerel? I don't remember. I didn't play Warlords of Draenor. I pretty much skipped that whole expansion. So, I have no basis for what her lore actually is, but she is a Ret Paladin. She's using the iconic hammer out of Gruul's Lair in the Burning Crusade that I used on my Ret Paladin. So, I like her a lot. I like her a lot already. We saw a show match live on stream of a little bit of her kit in action, but then they brought up the BTR. It's been up for like mere minutes at this point, so I'm excited to jump in and play her. As always, if you've never seen this video before, if you're on YouTube or this stream, we're taking a very long, a very boring, drawn-out look at the newest character to enter the Nexus. If you are not interested in hearing about every talent, if you are not interested in seeing every ability, and if you are not interested in my own ideas on what builds may work or may not work, then now is your time to leave. You have been warned. Although chat wanted to see her skins, and she has some Harley Quinn ones, so I will oblige you. Look at that. All right, you've been warned. Get out! Get out while you still can! Yeah. Yeah. All right. So as always, what is... Wait, that's not right. Wait, what's the daily screen freeze brought to you? Come on! I just wanted to see what her dance was. I forgot what the button was. You didn't have to crash over that. Thank you. Oh my God, there's actually clippity clop sounds. The Space Goat's clip-clopping over here.
Challenge me if you dare.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
I will protect my people.
So our E ability, I know we're starting in a weird manner, is Avenging Wrath. Leap to a location dealing 156 damage to enemies in the area and slowing them by 50% for 1 second. All of her abilities are based on the idea of charging to get a better effect. So if we hold it down... Oh man, that's good. We can jump further.
You will go no further.
If we cast it right away, it's a much shorter range, but it still gives the slow and it still gives the damage. So the charging effect on this is just an increase to her range. That seems pretty cool. That seems pretty cool. Her Q ability, Vindication. Unleash holy energy around Yrel. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Dealing 39 damage to nearby enemies and healing her for 100 at level 1. Also at level 1, she has 2,786 HP.
You have not forgotten us. Light, guide my hand.
So we just channel this thing. While that's channeling, it doesn't look like we can auto attack. So that is going to be a damage drop off for sure. The longer you channel it, I'm assuming charging this ability increases the damage up to 135 and healing up to 346. This is on a 6-second cooldown with a 50 mana cost. So you'd want to time it right after an auto attack. And I think you're missing out on about 2 auto attacks there. And the ability itself does less single target damage than the auto attack. So definitely a damage drop off. Gonna want to use that defensively, mostly I would imagine, unless there's some talents to increase its effectiveness a little bit. Then we have the Righteous Hammer. Swing her hammer, dealing 41 damage to enemies in front of her and knocking them away. Charging up this ability increases its knockback distance and damage up to 135. Enemies hit at maximum charge are also stunned for 0.75 seconds. So You can control this. You can point this around wherever you want while it's channeling. Knock someone back. That's, again, is on a 6-second cooldown. Every ability she has is on a 6-second cooldown. And has the exact same mana cost. What the fuck?
There is no power
So it
stronger
always
than
does the knockback. But if you charge it all the way, it does a stun.
I will fight until
Okay.
the end.
And then her trait is called Divine Purpose. This is on a 10-second cooldown. Activate to instantly charge her next basic ability at no mana cost. Her basic abilities charge up over 1.5 sec. Okay, that's what we already know. So each of her abilities, we already know they channel up over time and effectiveness. But if we go ahead and use our trait, then all of a sudden you get the maximum effectiveness. So that would... Okay. So keeping that in mind, I think that might be a great way of getting the healing out. So you go in, auto attack, and then you don't miss an auto attack.
No power stronger than hope.
So that has to be decent uptime on damage. But then you could also just do attack. That's not what I wanted.
My faith drives.
So attack, knockback, and then jump in on him. And that was decent damage too. Even without having to channel up your E ability, because the damage of this doesn't scale. Right? No. Okay. Interesting kit. Interesting kit. I know I've been playing a lot of Dauntless lately, but this makes me feel... I'm going to reference that game for some reason. This makes me feel like I'm an axe wielder. You know, everything I'm doing is very deliberate, right? If I want to commit to this attack, then I'm committing to this attack and using it at the perfect moment to get off that stun. Interesting. Let's look at our talents. We have the Light of the Caribor. Increased Vindication's radius by 15%. Vindication's healing is increased by 20% per enemy hero hit. So it increases your damage radius as well as your healing output potentially in team fights.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Let's go ahead and get rid of Furion over here. Let's get him out of here. We'll get Arthas out of here too. I just kind of want to see what our lane clear is. So this is at level 20 with our Q. Not that great. But you can also hit it with this. Still not that great. If we pick this up, it increases the radius by 15%, so it goes from this to
Choose a talent.
this. And we'd potentially get more healing. Does Q heal even if she doesn't hit an enemy? Yes. Yes, it does. I believe so anyway. Let's make double share. Let's triple check. That's really cool. That's on such a short cooldown.
Remain vigilant.
Yep. I think you can see the health over time effect with that too. That looks really good. All of her animations and spell effects look amazing. But that might be my paladin talking. You know, my name does stand for Magic Find Paladin time. Everybody knows that. Dauntless! Hey, I've played that game.
Choose a talent.
Casting a basic ability grants Jarl 35 physical armor for 2 seconds. Huh. Huh.
Choose a talent.
So, everything has a 6-second cooldown. Wait, when do you get the armor? It's on the cast, not on the channel. Potentially you could keep that up for like ever.
My faith
Maybe.
drives me.
Physical armor, so that's going to be damage reduction from tower shots and auto attacks. That's not going to be spell power reduction. That's just physical armor. So, that doesn't seem bad. Doesn't seem bad. The other option at level 1, after casting a basic ability, Yrel? Is that it? Is it Yrel? My God, I'm gonna trigger so many people. Oh man, it's so hard. It's hard being a streamer sometimes, you know what I'm saying? After casting a basic ability, her next basic attack heals her for 325. That's at level 20, though? Let's bring her down to level 10.
Choose a talent.
219.
Choose a talent.
Now is the time.
219. So, actually, that's... After casting a basic ability, any of her abilities. Oh, that
Choose a
seems
talent.
ridiculously good. So...
This realm needs to know. I will fight until the end.
That seems real good.
My faith drives me.
Look how much sustain that is. That seems real strong. Plus, you can just like do a quick jump, auto attack, do this, auto attack, heal, auto attack.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
All right. Okay. I like that one. That's my favorite one so far. My favorite one by a mile, actually. Then at level 4, we have Aegis of Light. Upon landing, a Vision Wrath grants other nearby allies 25 armor for 5 seconds. Excuse me?
I will protect my people.
Excuse me? Okay, chat's saying it's Yrel. Is that right? Hold on. Let's see.
Choose a
So,
talent.
on a 6-second cooldown... Hold on, which radius is what? Fuck, this is confusing to look at now. Oh my god.
Remain vigilant.
Okay, I need to make sure I understand this correctly. Allied heroes. Because that stupid... The stupid thing doesn't get armor. Come on! You have one gem!
I will protect my people.
Now they're saying E-Rel, YOLO-Rel. Yeah, there's too many names. So I believe it's the outer radius here. So you have the big outer one. I believe it's the middle radius. The outer radius of our jump that gives armor. So if you're jumping in on an ally, if you're jumping in on a tank, you're giving that tank 25 armor. That's pure armor. That's not physical. That's not spell. That's all armor. So 25% less damage taken for 5 seconds on a 6 fucking second cooldown. And that radius,
Still guides us.
the armor radius does not expand. So you can just do a quick hop, 25 armor. You don't need to channel it up. The only reason you would channel it is for more range. But again, the armor area does not increase. But this does not give armor to her. Does not give armor to her. So purely for team supporting. Interesting. Then at level 4, we also have Gift of the Naru. Divine Purpose heals the lowest health nearby allied hero other than our character. That's fantastic too. So you can be a healer. Whoa! I'm really liking this. So, it's your Q ability. Anyone in the radius, lowest health target in the radius, also gets healed. Now, that's a single target heal, but for a pretty substantial amount on a short cooldown, versus 25 armor mitigation for what could potentially be your entire team.
There is no path
That's a hard one.
stronger than hope.
That's a hard one. It's a hard one. What about it? Oh, Divine Purpose. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. My bad, team. My bad. Okay, well, how does that work then? We actually have to pick it up. Thank you, chat. I love you. This is why I need you here. So Divine Purpose heals the lowest health nearby allied hero other than our character every 10 seconds.
Choose a talent.
So it's just my bad. Sorry for the miscommunication there. Oh, I don't. Okay. So not only do you have to use the trait, right? So I walked up, I used the trait, it did the healing. You also then have to use an ability as well in order to trigger the trait's cooldown. So it's the activation of the passive that heals the target, but in order to heal them again, you have to trigger the passive by using an ability in order to get it to work. Okay. All right, got it. Not as good. But that being said, if they do need healing, you could just trait and then Q and then give them a shit ton. Right? Wait, that should have done more. Wait, what the fuck? So this should be doing 616, and then our Q. Oh, never mind. That's self-healing. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, I messed it up. Okay. All right, I got it. Don't worry. I'm just rambling now. I like Aegis of Light more. This seems okay.
I will protect my
But like I said, you can't heal an ally and then heal yourself. You're putting out about 1,000 healing with that. Yeah. Just not on that target. You're kind of spreading it around to everyone. Definitely could help in a team fight. Definitely could. Hand of Freedom. Grant an allied hero 35% movement speed for 3 seconds and removes all slows and roots from them. Not Cleanse. 35% movement speed is a lot, especially if you can give it to yourself as well.
Choose a talent. Choose a
This realm
talent.
needs our help.
Nope. How long does that last? For 3 seconds? I didn't even notice the effect. Did you guys?
My faith drives me.
It's almost like Cleanse, but all of a sudden they'd be moving faster. I don't like it. I mean, it's okay. But, like, slows and roots, I don't know. Like, the only time I would really use that is versus Furion, I think. I'm not too crazy about it. Let's just put it that way. I'm not too crazy about it. I think at level 4,
Choose a talent.
the talent that's calling to me the most is the Aegis of Light. Especially if you have a dive composition. But if you want to help out with healing, this is actually a decent alternative as well. As long as you're using it every 10 seconds. You have to be using it every 10 seconds.
Choose a talent.
Then, level 7. Righteous Momentum. While channeling Righteous Hammer at maximum charge, you gain 45% movement speed. Does this slow you down normally?
The Nard have not forgotten us.
No? I guess we can definitively tell. Excuse me, I'm clicking on myself. Thank you. 100% movement speed right here. 75% movement speed. It does slow you down. It doesn't say that in the tooltip. Does it say it in this?
Drives me.
Oh, anything we channel in the trait slows us down by 25%. I see. So that could make the Hand of Freedom... No, we can't use it ourselves. Never mind. Hand of Freedom still meh. Okay, so while we're channeling our W, we can move
Choose a
My
talent.
faith
at
is rewarded.
maximum charge. We move at 120% speed.
Remain vigilant.
Mount speed is 130%. Okay.
Choose a talent.
All right.
Choose a talent.
Kind of weird.
Choose a talent.
Okay. Holy Avenger. Hitting an enemy hero with Avenging Wrath at maximum charge reduces its cooldown by 1 second. A perfect synergy with our armor stacking talent that we saw earlier. Like, oh my god. So good. As long as you hit an enemy. But remember, you don't get the benefit of this. You actually don't get the benefit of any of these. I just realized your level 4 talent tier is selfless. It's all about what your team needs. But could allow you to stack up armor more. Divine Steed. Mounting is instant and grants 80% movement speed that decays over 3 seconds. Whoa.
Choose a talent.
This realm needs our help.
Whoa. But like all the time? On 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Oh my god, it takes us down to a 1 second cooldown. Holy fucking shit. Hold on, so...
Choose a talent.
Oh, no,
Choose a
Well
talent.
chosen.
Choose a talent.
what?
Choose a talent.
Remain vigilant.
Huh.
We
Wait,
defeated
that was with
fear.
cooldowns on. I didn't channel it all the way there. You have to wait for the wings to turn golden. Huh. That's...
Protect my people. Time to take a
Wow.
stand.
Wow. 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 Holy fuck. Well,
Choose a talent.
changing up the build.
Choose a
Much
talent.
to learn.
Keep in mind, this is
Choose a
also...
talent.
Not only is this giving 25 armor to our nearby allies, this is also triggering our fucking auto attack on our heal.
Guides us. I will fight until the end.
If you use your trait, that's 3 pretty easy jumps. But remember, you have to land on a target in order for that to happen. So if they dodge it at all, you just got no value.
No power.
Fascinating. I do apologize for getting so much shit wrong in here. I'm trying to be a morning person again, so I didn't get much sleep. I woke up early today and I went on a 2-mile walk. Just trying to invigorate my life with the morning. So as a result, as we're getting into the afternoon, I'm a little foggy-headed. But I'm trying. Okay. Then we have some Samara's Light. While above 50% health, gain 15% movement speed. Meh. Out of the options we have here, I think Divine Steed and Holy Avenger are the most busted.
Never stop doing what you do.
Thank you, man. Then, level 10, our heroic abilities. We have Ardent Defender. Surround ourselves in a barrier for 3 seconds, absorbing all damage taken and healing her for 50% of the damage received. So very similar to the Protected by the Way healing that we see on Medivh.
The light will protect us.
If you use it at the right time, it's on a 100-second cooldown. If you use it at the right time, like right now, it can restore quite a bit of health. And there's an upgrade for it later on that makes it pretty fucking cool.
Remain vigilant.
That's a lot of healing, actually. That's a lot of healing. The other option that we have here
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
is Sacred
Choose a
Ground.
talent.
We sanctify the ground under us, gaining 40 armor. 40 armor! Until we leave the area.
A wise decision.
This is on a 40-second
There is
cooldown.
no power stronger than hope.
This is where I live.
Light protects me. I will until
This is where I live. Tell me otherwise.
we do not fear you. Now is the
I need to be using my trait on my heal.
guide my
This is where I live.
It is time to take a stand.
This is also the first indication.
This is my shield.
Oh my god, its cooldown ticks away? Excuse me? Its cooldown ticks away while it's still there?
There is no power stronger than
That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Now, this is only for her. This does not affect your allies,
I must head back to base.
which is weird. Also, I don't think I had enough mana to actually finish that. I think I would have died. So that was actually our first peek at how mana hungry she might actually be when all of her abilities cost 50 mana. Then, keep in mind, that was only level 10. That was level 10? And okay, 11 technically, and I was surviving against a boss by myself that long. Right? That's how much power that thing has. That seems good. That one seems real good.
Choose a talent.
The
All right.
will
Choose a
protect
talent.
us.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Eldor Peacekeeper. Enemies hit with Vindication at maximum charge deal 30% less damage for 3 seconds. Vindication is our Q ability, so while we're healing, if we get this to full charge, the target we land... This is probably our defensive...
Still guides us.
Yeah, this is our defensive talent tree. So if we do manage to charge that up, that target is then dealing 30% less damage for 3 seconds. Keep in mind, you can instant cast this to apply it on a number of people at one time as well if you want to use your trait. Repentance increases Avenging Wrath slow by 25% and duration by 0.5. By 25%, right? Yep. So we go to a 75% slow for 1.5 seconds with Avenging Wrath. Seems like there's a bit of synergy with our other talents here too. Let's see. So what I was looking for there is the time in between casts where they weren't slowed. So we're charging it up, we're jumping in, we auto attack to heal, we get an instant cast, we jump in again, and then we immediately start channeling. So there would be a little bit of wiggle room for those guys to run around. But that's a pretty substantial slow. Like, they're going to be pretty much locked down. 75% slow. That's fucking crazy. Oh, also, good point, chat. You don't actually have to channel that completely, but I think with this build we would want to get the cooldown reduction.
The prophet still
But yeah, we could do something like this, and then knock them back. That could be our combo. Be something similar to that. Velen's Chosen. Hitting an enemy hero with basic abilities at maximum charge grants 10% spell power for 10 seconds, up to 30%. So as long as you fully channel all of your abilities and hit heroes with them, your abilities are going to hit 30% harder.
The Naru have not forgotten
So
us.
that's actually a buff. This is not her defensive tree. That's a damage buff right there. This damage doesn't scale, right? Hold on.
Choose a talent.
So let's take a look at
Choose a talent.
that with our current build.
Choose a talent.
So we'd probably want to prime it with something else.
It is time
That
to
lasts
take
forever. I don't think that'll be that hard.
Remain vigilant.
That does some pretty good damage. Chat just pointed out, and you're going to heal for 30% more because it's spell power. I was going to say absolutely, but let's test it.
Will protect us.
So we're supposed to heal for 325.
Be judged by the light.
Oh, excuse me. We're supposed to heal for 702. 702.
Now is the time.
One more stack. Nope. Oh, yep.
This
It was
will
912.
need our help.
It was 912. I had to look at it on stream. It healed for 912.
Till the end.
And that doesn't seem like it would be that hard to keep up.
Out of my shell. Thanks, Walter, for all the fun.
Huh. So that one seems busted. That one seems good. With how low her cooldowns are and the fact that you get instant casts, that should be relatively easy to keep up all the time. And by the time you actually start taking substantial damage, remember, in between each of these, like I can do this knockback and heal with that auto attack. Back up, jump back in, heal with this auto attack. Knock back again, heal with this auto attack. And then we could just do an instant fucking heal. Like we don't even have to channel it. Yeah, seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Templar's Verdict. Righteous Hammer reduces the armor. Oh my god. You can have a spell power increase and a fucking armor reduction? Are you goddamn kidding me? Wow. Okay. Alright. Hold on, don't we have the busted stamp here? Did I ever make that? Busted! Fucking production value, boys. We're really going places.
Pally has another paladin to play. Pog champ.
We're really going places in our life. I mean, I can't read for shit, but I got a busted stamp, and that makes everything better, I feel like.
My faith.
Hey Pally, I am your newborn chicken. I like chicken. Monthly request for ABBA game. Busted? Monkus.
Thank you everyone for the resubs. Then we have Divine Favor. Casting a basic ability reduces the cooldown of
Busted.
Divine Purpose. Oh, that seems good too. Casting an ability reduces by 2 seconds. Okay.
Choose a
The
talent.
prophet still guides.
So we would want to jump. Instant jump. Channel. Nah.
3 months hype. Also now the op paladins are in HOTS. I'm so happy Kappa.
I don't know about that one. Keep in mind, this one's only 2 seconds. So that's not that long. But the cooldown reduction doesn't seem worth at all, actually. I wonder if there's some other W talents we could pick up in here. That one's only movement speed. Yeah, she actually doesn't have very many W talents at all. Interesting. Okay. And then Holy Wrath. After casting a basic ability, her next basic attack splashes for 30% damage around that target. We see talents like this on Butcher. Usually they're pretty underwhelming, especially for... Oh, it's for 30% increased damage, though. So the Butcher's talent does less damage to the area. But after casting a basic ability, attack splashes for 30%. Increased damage. Let's see what the radius is. It has to be pretty good to justify not giving Templar's Verdict. Remember, anyone you hit with this would have their armor reduced. Let's see.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a
A
talent.
wise decision.
Choose a talent.
The light
Choose a
will
talent.
protect us.
So, any old basic attack, right?
I will fight until the
Woo!
end. Time to take a stand. There is
Hello?
Guide my hand. Remain vigilant. I will fight until the end.
You don't even... You don't even have to charge them up. You don't even have to charge them up.
My faith drives me.
Is that better than Templar's Verdict? Yep. Yeah, I think it is. It's busted!
There is no power stronger than hope.
Does it increase your heal? Why would that increase your heal? No, it's just basic attack damage. Holy fuck. That's so interesting. That kind of changes up my dynamic I was going for a little bit.
Be judged by the light.
That's a big power spike.
This my shield. Remain vigilant. I will fight until
That's
the
such a
end.
big power spike. Does the splash heal? Oh, I mean, I don't think so. No.
The prophet still guides us.
Okay, level 20! Hallowed Ground. Casting Avenging Wrath while inside the sacred ground. Move sacred ground! Oh! Oh, that's so cool! Oh, I'm so fucking excited about that!
Now is the time.
Oh! So cool!
Now you are with me. Guide my hand.
You can just bring this with you anywhere you want to fucking go!
I will protect my people.
Oh my god. Can you leave it and then go back in? No, if you leave it, it's gone. Okay.
You will go no further.
Okay. That's cool, though. That's really neat. I like that. Then we have Bubble Hearth. After 1 second, she becomes invincible and counts Hearthstone. This cannot be canceled. I kind of thought this would be earlier in the talent tree. It kind of feels late. The fact that it says it cannot be canceled, does that also mean that you cannot cancel it?
Choose a talent.
The Naru have not forgotten us. I must head back to base.
Yeah. Thank you.
Chat wants to know if your level 16 heals with your level 1 talent.
Your level 16 heals with your level 1 talent. Right, the heal from the auto attack, right? No. We just tested.
The prophet still
We just
guides
tested.
us.
Doesn't work. This doesn't seem worth a level 20 talent pick at all. Although it will stop you from dying. It's kind of like bye-bye, except you have to wait longer to get it. It's on an 80-second cooldown. I wasn't hurt for the healing to work. Oh, I see. Let's try.
I will fight until
We can
the
try.
end.
Why not? So, our next basic ability after this will heal. Nope. At least it didn't look like it. One more time. Get a good view.
Ren needs our help.
Nope. No, it doesn't. And we have both the splash and the healing talent. Last talent at level 20.
Rewarded.
Choose a talent.
If we didn't go for the Word of Glory, Seraphim. Activate to become unstoppable for 2 seconds.
Remain
So Garrosh is level 4 talent at level 20. But there's no one to splash to. Oh, you're not talking about healing to allies. Are you talking about healing to myself? I see what you're saying. Okay, let's see.
The Naru have not
So
forgotten
I was interpreting that as, does your basic attack mean that you'd be healing others? Okay.
I will
Yeah, let's
fight
try.
until the end.
I still have the talents. Let's give it a go. So let me group these guys up. Nope.
The light will protect.
Still the same.
It is time to take
Sorry about that, team. Like I said, I'm feeling kind of out of it today. I'm trying, though. And then Word of Glory is the Ardent Defender, heals nearby allied heroes for 100% of the healing received by our character.
Now is the time.
So, how close?
Well chosen.
So, anyone in this range, when we take damage... Let's bring back a friend. No, that's allied hero. Enemy hero. Who's just gonna do damage? I don't know, Falstad or something. Does Seraphim at least look cool? We'll take a look.
There is no power stronger than hope.
Well, I mean, Bubble Hearth is cool in concept. You'll probably win a game or two with Bubble Hearth. So he has to hit me, but then when he does, every auto attack he does, I don't take damage from it, and I'm healing allies. If you're getting focused, it's good. That's one of those talents that's really hard to test in try mode. So that could be good.
Choose a talent.
And then Seraphim.
Choose a talent.
I mean, this does only have 10 seconds off its cooldown.
There is no power
Like, it only has a 10-second cooldown. Let's see how it looks. Just looks like a cleanse. Kinda.
be judged by the light.
Excuse me. Definitely an interesting character.
My faith drives me.
You can get out of a lot with this. And you're unstoppable for 2 whole seconds. Now remember, this cannot be cast if you are already CC'd.
Slain.
So you're gonna need to see the crowd control coming, hit this, and then you'll be immune to it for the next 2 seconds. Keep that in mind as well, team.
Be judged by the light. There is no power stronger than hope. Ejecting.
Wow. Can we get an auto attack around here that does a little bit more damage than False Daddy? Let's get Hanzo out here. Let's get Sonya out here and get rid of Diva. Give me all the attention.
There is much to do.
We just have some random assortment of talents here. Okay, good start. Good start.
Do not fear.
We don't even have the healing talent.
The light will protect us. Now is the time. You were no match for the light. Hold the line. I will be back. This realm needs our help.
Choose a talent.
So,
Choose a
our
talent.
build, I'm still thinking, is somewhere along the lines of this. Maybe we'll do Ardent Defender. Maybe. I kind of like the area of effect thing.
Choose a
It's
talent.
pretty dope.
Choose a
Well
talent.
chosen.
So I'm thinking our build's gonna look something like this. Like, Seraphim is good. Like, don't get me wrong.
So no purpose.
And you can get yourself out of roots. Like I said, you needed to see the stunts. I said you needed to see CC coming. I'm mostly thinking about, like, power slides and mosh pits and shit. Oh, that doesn't even have to hit. You just cast it. Basically, we're not losing any health in this.
We do not fear you.
Wait, why didn't that trigger? Oh, because it wasn't fully charged.
That was rather entertaining.
That's right. I wish the bots were not
Killing spree.
complete shit. I wish they actually fought back a little bit so I could see how much sustain we actually have, because I think it's a ton of sustain. It feels like a ton.
Remain vigilant.
I think it's a ton.
I will fight till the end.
That movement speed might be a little bit of an issue.
We do not fear. You cannot break me.
Ah.
There is much to this.
Come on! Come on!
Hold the line. I will be back.
Hold on, let's give the butcher. Let's see who wins. I agree with Chad on that one. Select enemy hero. The butcher.
The light will protect us.
Reset
Choose a
cooldowns.
talent.
Not talents, cooldowns, goddammit.
Talent.
Will make the
Choose a
exiles
talent.
proud.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
I don't know, I guess I'll do Hollow Ground.
Stand.
Maybe do Seraphim just in case he ults me. Okay. Let's go, butcher.
By the light.
Oh, I'm so shit.
The Naru
Okay.
will not forget.
All right, heal up. Do-overs. Do-overs. I had full cooldowns on. Just hit me with the brand, goddammit!
Time to take a stand.
Oh, he interrupted my W there.
The prophet still guides us.
Your killing spree has ended.
I'm upset he didn't die. And now he's just gonna sit there in the middle lane like a fucking idiot, and then I have to kill him, and then I have to wait for him to come back.
Love your work.
Come- Okay, for real this time.
Has failed you.
For real this time. Also, he didn't use lamb.
There is no power stronger.
Why didn't you use lamb? Use the lamb. Butcher's not even stacked. Well, I can't help that.
Guide my hand.
I can't give him quest stacks. Okay, so we use...
I will protect my people. It is time to take a stand.
Okay. So,
My shield. Now is the time.
okay, so the fact that you needed to fully stack up stuff with this one
Through.
has a very clear anti-synergy with this talent, which I feel like with Holy Wrath, your entire goal in life is to just cast spells as fast as humanly possible. Like, trigger that cleave effect, trigger that extra crit as much as possible. I don't know, maybe it would work.
Stronger than hope.
Like if you save your
Judged by the light.
your trait for a heal, maybe that would work. Just spam every other ability.
That was rather entertaining.
Maybe that would work. So you would want to like,
This realm needs our help.
you kind of have to think about your initiation at that point. You have to go, you want something fully charged to jump in, then channel your W ability,
I will fight until the end.
then trait into another instant cast. Like you have to use your trait at some point to keep this going. But As long as you fully channel another ability, this spell power buff won't go away. And you could just then save that for instant heals.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
I don't know, it's a little more complicated than I thought it would be. So the cooldown of your trait,
It is time to take a stand.
the cooldown of your trait lines up with this falling off. So does that mean that casting a basic ability reduces cooldown of Divine Purpose would be good for maintaining the spell power effect? I think it indeed does. I don't think that these two inherently go well together like I initially thought. Just because, like, at least my mentality for the talent, right? Because I want to just use an ability immediately and splash a shit ton of auto attack damage to everyone. Any enemy heroes hit by Vindication at maximum charge deal 30% less damage. So maybe this one would actually be better. And you would just max charge your Q all the time. Okay, let's take a look at all of our talents now that we know everything. I think I've changed my mind on some things. So we're going to go for Murad's Insight
Choose a talent.
into... I don't know, I still think this one's the best. I still think giving armor to your allies is really good, but we could also go for Gift of the Naru
Choose a talent.
with this build that I'm thinking, and I think that would go just fine. I really, really like Divine Steed. I think it's super strong, and you don't have to charge anything up. You just use your mount
Choose a
ability.
talent.
Either of these I think are fine. Sacred Ground seems really good while we're here in testing, but I think most enemies are just going to move away from me, and then after you leave this effect, it goes away. So I think Argent Defender might be better, but it falls on the person to use it at the right time. Whereas this, you just kind of put it down at the beginning and hope that you can fight in it for a little while. At least level 10. You could take the level 20 options into consideration.
Choose a talent.
Then I'm actually thinking that Vindication is going to be my go-to here. Enemies hit with Vindication with maximum charge deal 30% less damage. Remember, this can also stack with your Sacred Ground. So that's a ton of extra
Choose a
damage
talent.
mitigation. And then I would go for Holy Wrath as
Choose
well.
a talent.
And the idea here is that
The light will protect us.
we're trying to
Until the end.
spam abilities to trigger our auto attack splash. So like that's a slow into an auto attack. Then we push them around, auto attack. And then save our Q for these instant
The
traits.
Naru have not forgotten.
You just have to wait 4 more seconds. I don't think those 4 seconds will matter that much when you're dealing this kind of damage. So then you're hitting with the maximum charge Vindication to make them deal less damage. You're proccing your Holy Wrath a ton. And you're getting a heal off on your allies every 10 seconds
If
that are
you
in there
pop
with
your
you.
Sacred Ground and it forces enemies out of it, I feel like that helps you fulfill your role as a tank. Not to mention that it definitely seems comparable to Blaze's bunker. With the 40-second CD in the armor, and we all know how strong that is.
That's true. That's definitely true. I didn't think about it like the bunker. The bunker also gives him an extra health bar, though. Think about that, too. But, you know you can't do with the bunker? Fucking move it. Can't do that. That seems like it'd be really good, too. Now, remember, the bunker also allows your allies to jump in it and get some mitigation, but this is only armor to us. This is not armor to anyone else. That's why the bunker was so good. You would just jump in, get 25 armor, jump out, auto attack for a little bit, jump back in, get 25 armor, you know, as an ally of Blaze. Where this kind of works different on some fundamental levels, I think. I think both of her ults are okay. I think you could use either and have a pretty good time. I also think Word of Glory could be really cool to watch in some situations. Where if you're taking damage, all of a sudden you're just healing up your allies like crazy. The more I look at her level 20 talents, the better I think they are. especially Bubble Hearth. I thought Bubble Hearth was going to be garbage, but think about it this way. The biggest thing that's going to stop her is interrupts, right? So if someone sees you channeling this, maybe we should interrupt that. If someone sees you channeling this, they know this is your heal. Maybe they should interrupt that. Maybe they should interrupt this. There's so many opportunities forcing your enemy team to interrupt you. You know, if they don't, you just kind of run wild. But let's say they fuck up and they do interrupt you while you're getting low on health. Then all of a sudden,
the gods favor me with
thank you for the raid, Heku. Then all of a sudden, you just raid. You just channel one more thing. Like, what's one more channel on top of all of these channels? It's nothing. You channel one more thing,
I must head back to base.
and then you get out safe. Not dying at this point in the game is pretty good. And keep in mind, we deal a fuck ton of damage. So while we were in there, we probably did some good. Oh my god. Hello? Camp clears? I didn't even think about camp clears. Get back over there. Yeah, okay.
Another triumph for the Alliance.
Yeah, alright.
I will fight until the end. My
Not like, we're not gonna break any records with this. And I'm also concerned that with this build, we're gonna be using up a fair bit of mana all the time.
hold the line. I will be back. We are blessed.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I don't know how good. I'm basing everything around this Holy Wrath talent, and it does give you a lot of extra damage, but we won't really know how good it is until we get into a game and see what our mana regen is like and what our mana cost is like. Chat saying you can't cancel the Bubble Hearth. You can cancel the initial channel. You cannot cancel the Hearth itself. Not even the player can. So, Holy Wrath might make it actually pretty fucking hard to maintain your ability usage
This
to
realm needs
proc
our help.
that extra damage. And if that's the case, then Divine Favor seems like it could be a really good go-to. Oh, I didn't even realize that. You can get a mini cooldown on the Bubble Hearth, too. That being said, Seraphim is also excellent. And I think Word of Glory could be really good. And I think Hallowed Ground could be really good with the right build. Although, to me, it does seem like it's kind of the weaker of the choices here. Take it or leave it, boys. Take it or leave it. Those are my thoughts on the new character whose name I cannot say. I hope you enjoyed our first look. I do think there are going to be a couple builds. Like, you can go for some cooldown reduction and some shit in there. If you wanted to go for... maybe increase radius on this, that might be cool. And then heal an ally because we want to reduce our trait cooldown as much as possible. We put that in with fucking anything here, probably Divine Steed again, because that seems busted. Spell power here. We're getting into the spell power now, into Divine Favor. Might work. Might work, boys. Every fucking guy typing how to say her name, you all type it differently. Every one of you. I've seen 80 different variations of how to say a 4-letter name. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. We'll be taking her into quick match and seeing how she plays here soon. Oh, look at this new background. That looks good. Take care, everybody. See you next time.